Hey guys, how is everyone doing today? This is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. And in today's episode, we are going to be cracking open all these boulevards. Yep, the Hot Wheels Boulevards is a very popular line in the premium Hot Wheels. And in the United States, these are exclusive to Walmart. They are released in waves of 5. And I've been collecting these boulevards ever since they released. I think that was like, they've been out for like at least 4 years now, right? So ever since they've been released in the second wave, that is to say, I've been collecting them, and they come out in waves of 5, like I said. And these are some very popular castings and some very popular liveries, and they are extremely sought after by collectors. Although distribution wise, they are hard to find. I mean, they always seem to be like a blink and you'll miss it kind of a deal when it comes to locating them in Walmarts. And distribution wise also, it is kind of sporadic. So that kind of like makes them hard to find too. So I've been collecting these boulevards for some time. I've been wanting to open these boulevards for some time, but then suddenly I figured I have pretty much 4 waves just sitting there. So I just thought I would open all of them up in today's video. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. So first up, we have the 15th wave of boulevards. So that's castings 71 through 75 in the series. So we have a Ford Escort RS Cosworth, a Volkswagen T1 panel bus, a 99 Honda Civic Type R EK9, a 96 Chevy Impala, and a 2004 Mazda Speed Miata. Let's start opening them up. So here we have the 93 Ford Escort RS Cosworth. There we have it. Classic rally car. Do you see the grille inside? Yeah. Number 1. Ford Motorsport on the windshield. Team Ford. Up next, we have the Volkswagen T1 panel bus. This is definitely one of my top 10 favorite castings. I have a pretty decent collection of, the Volkswagen T1 panel bus, and every release just keeps getting better and better, right? So it's like classic, hippie vibes, of past eras. So the Volkswagen van, the Volkswagen T1 panel bus, and the tailplate says "Surfs Up." I just love this casting. Possibly in a separate video, I'll just check out. We could check out all the panel buses that I have in the collection. Up next, we have the 99 Honda Civic Type R EK9. This was very popular among collectors and JDM lovers when it came out in this series. There's something very nostalgic and vintage about this casting that a lot of people went after it. Plain white livery, plain white paint job, red interiors, pretty sleek casting. The Honda Civic Type R EK9. And next we have the 96 Chevy Impala SS. Classic American motor casting. Wow, check that out. Very elegant, neat looking in black there. we have the Chevy Impala SS. I dig the wheels. And the final one in this wave, we have the 2004 Mazda Speed Miata. I gotta go and read up more about why it's called Mazda Speed Miata. I think it's probably something to do with, you know, the specs of the car, I suppose. There we have the Mazda Miata. I think this casting was introduced in the Hot Wheels lineup by the late Ryu Asada, a fantastic designer and even more fantastic person to meet and interact with. I'm sure a lot of collectors out there would be able to relate. You know, if you guys ran into him at, you know, the Hot Wheels conventions, such a cool guy. I have personally not had the chance to meet him, but, you know, I have my friend Santosh who has met him, and, you know, he used to tell me stories about what a cool laid back guy Ryu was. And up next, we have the 16th wave of Boulevards. Now, distribution wise, I was never able to find these in stores. So I ended up kind of like, getting helped out by my collector friends. And I think one or two of these pieces I ended up getting from eBay. So a shout out to my local buddy, Yang Hair, for, giving me a deal on this 77 Holden Torana, because that was the one piece that I was missing from this wave in order to call it complete. So let's get to opening these up. At 76, we have the 2012 Mercedes-Benz C63, the AMG Coupe Black Series. Just ripping them open off camera. Wow, check out that front. You know, pretty cool. I really like the black and yellow combination on any casting. It just looks absolutely amazing, right? There we have the Mercedes-Benz C63. Up next at 77, we have the 77. Oh, wow, what a coincidence. That's 77 and the casting 77. 77 Holden Torana A9X. I think this is the first Holden casting in the premium line of Hot Wheels in a while, at least in recent times, I guess. On the grill, it says HW 1977. Pretty beautiful looking casting. Black and white, you cannot go wrong with black and white, right? Up next at 78, we have the Toyota AE86 Sprinter Truino. This casting and the livery here, the Adwan racing livery that you see here, they are very popular. I mean, Hot Wheels has made so many of these, Adwan livery models out there that there are, I know collectors who collect this livery, right? They have every single casting that has been released in Advan livery. We have had a nice set of Advan livery showing up in main lines, in pop culture, and now in boulevards, in team transport and car culture and whatnot, right? So there we have the Toyota A86 Sprinter Truino. Up next at 79, we have the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6. Again, a very popular casting among JDM lovers. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. I think a while ago, probably we are talking 2015, 2016 maybe, if my memory is right. I think we even had a super in this casting. But I gotta go and see if my facts are right. There could be like a slight, slim variation or something. So, but yeah, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6. I'm gonna space these models out a bit because we have like 10 more of them. All right, then we have at number 80, the 91 GMC Cyclone. This has been a very popular model ever since it came out as a basic mainline. And this was at least like 2 years ago. And ever since, this has been very popular. I think there's also been a car culture release of the GMC Cyclone. There's a beautiful a color there. Should I say cyan or should I say teal or light aqua? I don't know, but it's a beautiful casting and a beautiful paint job there with the colors and everything. So it says Cyclone here, GMC Cyclone, and on the tail plates it says Psycho. In a funny way, it reminds me of my friend Santosh, because his Instagram handle is Psychorax666, and that used to be his handle when he used to play NFS. That's what he told me. So Santosh, this one goes out for you. All right. Up next, we have wave 17 of the Boulevards, castings 81 through 85. Let's get to opening them. At 81, we have the Audi S4 Quattro. I think a very similar casting and livery was released possibly in pop culture. The Audi S4 Quattro. Nice racing livery in there. Audi Quattro. And at 82, we have the Porsche 911 Turbo 930. This is such a beautiful casting. So, personally, I just dig Porsches, and I think Hot Wheels makes some really cool looking Porsches. Wow, just check that out. Like I said earlier, with this casting, how you cannot go wrong with black and yellow. You cannot, it's always a hit. Although this is slightly a tone different from this yellow, so beautiful. Check that facade, check that face, right? Pretty heavy spoiler in there. There we have the Porsche 911 Turbo 930. I'm gonna park this guy here. Up next, we have the 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger up at number 83. The 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Another classic American muscle casting right there. And looking sharp in black with that classic white racing stripes. At number 84, we have the Mercedes-Benz 190 E 2.5 16. I think in last year's car culture, I think this was a chase. This was one of the chases. Yeah. Wow. It's a pretty cool green. And I mean, the hubs are not technically white. They are actually kind of like a, light pale yellow, and that really goes pretty amazing with the color of the casting with this green here. We have classic Toyo tires, livery, and the classic Merc symbol there, Mercedes. There we have the Mercedes-Benz 190. Pretty cool. And at 85, we have the very popular Nissan Silvia, the S15 Nismo R-Tune Proto. Again, needless to say, this is a very popular casting, the Nissan Silvia. I think that's probably like the second most popular casting after the R34. So I think the first time this was released, it was in the Replica Entertainment. I think that is where the S15 Silvia made its debut in the Hot Wheels. So, and it has been a collector favorite ever since, right? Super copper mix, that's what it says. So, another Advan, Neova, copper mix, Nismo, and all those racing sponsors kind of graphics in there, right? Pretty cool. Super copper mix. I think I gotta find out what that is, if that's like, something real or something they just made up for delivery. So, could be a big name out there in racing. Super copper mix. There we have the Nissan Silvia S15 Nismo R-Tune Proto. Pretty cool looking casting. And we are finally here at the last and the most recent wave. I shouldn't say last, the most recent wave of the Boulevards. This is what, wave 19, castings 86 through 90. This was, thankfully, this was not so hard to find because, my local Walmart at least got it a couple of times. I was able to grab this set without having to pay secondary prices or secondary market or eBay prices, So pretty cool lineup. We have the 67 Ford Anglia Racer, the Porsche 935, the 96 Honda Accord, and the 95 Toyota Celica GT4, and the 23 Nissan Z. I think even though I kind of like this casting, this one has been the least popular of this release, and it has been like warming the pegs wherever we go. The only way we would find that store had Boulevards put out was to find this car hanging on the pegs, still hanging on the pegs. People are picking every other casting in this line, but this poor guy here ends up being a peg warmer. So oops, looks like I messed up the lighting there a little. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Let's get them opened. So the 67 Ford Anglia Racer. The reason I like this casting is because I think I'm growing up, I grew up as a big Harry Potter fan, right? So in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, I think Ron and Harry, they miss the train, and Ron ends up taking his dad's car, which is actually a Ford Anglia. So how they fly it, and it hits the Whomping Willow and gets crashed and everything, right? So that is a Ford Anglia. So that's how I remember, this casting very fondly. So I think Hot Wheels earlier had a couple of releases as a main line, and it's been like after ages that this casting has actually made it to the production line again. So let's get it open. There we have pretty chic casting. I don't know why it's getting a lot of hate out there, right? So definitely a pretty cool casting, non-conventional contours, right? And, the fact that, you can see a grill in there is what makes it a race car. Another member of the Ford race team after, the cost worth that we saw there. So there we have, probably I'll just put this guy here. Up next at 87, we have the Porsche 935. I personally love this casting a lot. I think I have almost all the releases of the Porsche 935 from Hot Wheels. There we have beautiful casting, Porsche on the spoiler and the windshield. Wow, check out those classic racing stripes. Huh? Pretty cool, right? This has, been an excellent addition to the Boulevard lineup, of course. Okay, and at 88, we have the 96 Honda Accord. This, needless to say, a Honda, very popular among JDM fans out there. And I think, personally to me, I love the paint job on this one. Just look at those colors, right? Red, blue, and white, number one, Honda Accord. Honda is probably sending a message there with the number one, right? And check out those wheels, those copper hubs are definitely, getting up the paint job, right? Wow. Pretty sharp looking casting, the Honda Accord. Up next at 89, we have the 95 Toyota Celica GT4. I gotta find out, there's definitely something with these stripes and Toyota. Because, I remember the Toyota 4Runner in the Boulevards making an appearance with this exact, stripes. So I probably gotta go and, probably do some reading or research to find out what is the significance of these racing stripe colors and Toyota. Probably it's their flagship racing stripes or something like that, right? There we have the Toyota Celica GT4, was it? Yeah, the GT4. Let's park it there. And the last one in this wave 19 of the Boulevards is the 23 Nissan Z. So my friend Santosh, whom I was talking about earlier, looks like he's a big fan of this model. It's probably, bringing him very, very fond memories of him playing NFS and whatnot, right? He called me and said, hey, dude, I need you to pick up the casting for me. I said, yeah, with pleasure. So there we have, it's pretty cool. It says, I'm not sure how much of that you're able to capture on camera. It says the concept is racing. The concept is racing. The Nissan Z, 2023 Nissan Z. Pretty sharp. I love the, flaky, shiny paint job. Are you guys picking up on that? You see the shiny, it's not just glass. It's like shiny metal flake in there, right? Pretty cool casting. I think, the paint job is doing great justice. And the wheels are also kind of like a perfect companion for the paint job. It's pretty amazing that all of this level of detail is going into all these castings. Makes them really worth the cost. So there we have. So we cracked open like 4 waves of Boulevards. And this just keeps getting better and better. So I hope you like today's content. Do comment what's your most favorite casting among this lot. To me, I'm kind of prejudiced towards the Volkswagen panel bus and the Porsche. But besides those favorites, I'm definitely going to go with the Honda Accord and the Mercedes, the green Mercedes, and the Holden and the Nissan Z probably. Oh, I think I should stop now because it's just impossible to pick a favorite, right? All right. So till I meet you guys next time, this is Suresh signing off. Take care, everyone. Rock on and stay awesome. Bye.